understand. This whole time, the last 4 months, how have you kept up this act?
When you love someone as much as I love Sarah, you can do anything. I didn't plan to become part of the community, and hang around. I was just going to come here, do what I had to do for Sarah, and then disappear. But an opportunity just fell into my lap. The night before Sarah's funeral, I went out and got a drink. You know, I needed to numb the pain. The place was really busy, so I ended up having to share a table with someone. And we started chatting. She told me she was a nurse and just graduated from training college. She received her first posting. Northern District Hospital, Yabby Creek, and she planned on living in Summer Bay. Her name was Zoe McAllister. That's right. My real name's Eve Jacobson. How do you do? I couldn't believe my luck. It was like a sign, you know, an opportunity. I couldn't pass up. Zoe was new to Sydney, so she was happy to have some company. My company. Over the next few days, we hung out a lot. I needed to find out everything I could about her. I needed her to feel comfortable with me, to trust me. And she did. That's why she didn't suspect a thing when I suggested.
Okay, so I have got heaps of holidays owing, and I was planning on taking a road trip. Why don't I come with you?
Are you serious?
Well, we could share a car down to Summer Bay. I'll help you settle in, and then I'll continue on my way.
Oh, are you kidding?
Well, if you have me.
Yes,
You'll be fantastic.
Really?
Yes. Oh, my goodness. So we're going to Summer Bay.
Yes.
Ah! We took off, spent all morning driving, then finally we reached the outskirts of Summer Bay. I suggested that we pull over and take a photo of her by the welcome sign. It was the only way I could think to stop without getting her suspicious. But Zoe was keen to have a memento of arriving in the bay, so she was happy to go along with it. I took the photo and then... she never saw it coming. By then, I knew everything I could about her. She had no family and only a few friends back home in Perth, so no one was going to immediately miss her. So it was easy to take her place. I started the bushfire to destroy Zoe's body, and then I laid low until I could start work at the hospital.
Get onto them again, okay? We're wasting time. What you got?
Nothing. She's a complete loner. No family, no friends, nothing. She was renting this flat up in the Cross, and I've got a team on their way up there now. And I spoke to a couple of the neighbours on the phone, and they said that Eve, or Zoe, whoever she is, was a very polite, lovely young lady.
Tell that to the people around here. Did Jones have any luck pulling that psych profile
He's
on her?
chasing it up again now. I mean, what the hell is taking him so long? It only takes...
Detective.
Look, I'm sorry, okay, but... Claire, if we don't find Sally soon, then...
During the heat wave, I started the fire at the palace. It only took a couple of minutes for the whole place to go up. I didn't realise Hayley was in there at the time, just that it was the first place Sarah was arrested. And Hayley got out. It's the worst luck. But at least they ruined their home. By then, I had started work at the hospital, who were the first two people I saw there, but Kane and Kirsty. Now, they completely fell for the bright and bubbly act. I was at that moment, I realised everything was going to work out. All I had to do was keep convincing everyone I was the nicest girl in the world, and then no one would suspect for a second that I was doing anything wrong. The more time I spent in town, the more opportunities I saw to scare people. And then when I heard about Leah and Dan's engagement, I had to send them a little present. I booked 6 tickets on a scenic plane trip. And even though they were sent by someone anonymous, Leah didn't suspect a thing. I tampered with the plane's engine, messed around with its radio, and it went down just like I had planned. But they all survived, thanks to that heroic pilot. I'd heard on the grapevine that some fool employee had made a threat against the plane company, so I framed him for the accident, and the police bought it, hook, line and sinker. After that, I had to bide my time, but, Sally, I was getting bored. My best chance to get at people was when they were all gathered together. Well, I don't suppose there's any big do's coming up. I could wrangle an invite. And then Hayley said there wasn't. So I decided to amuse myself. That's why I sent the letter to the diner. I wanted people to be living in fear. You all deserve nothing less for what you did to Sarah. And from then on, the hysteria just played into my hands. I overheard Robbie and Tashi talking about a tape that had Mark and Josie's argument on it. And then when I heard about the town meeting, well, it was a perfect opportunity. So when you were all gathered together, I decided to go out, give a few of you a scare. I went to the hunters first and I picked up the tape. That's where I left my first calling card. I'd heard heaps of stories about how Sarah kept saying that on the night of that siege. So I knew it would be perfect. I knew I would freak people out. Next, I went to your place.
You trashed it. You took that photo.
Mm-hmm. Souvenirs. Next morning, I placed the tape on Josie's doorstep. Now, that would have been a perfect way to hurt Jessie too. Josie hadn't realised in time. And then I added the photos to my collection. Everything was going to plan, but I knew one slip-up could ruin everything. That's why I covered for Flynn at the hospital when I found those drugs. I wanted to tell that secret. Believe me, it would have been a great way of getting at the two of you. But I had to keep everyone on side. And I succeeded. I was the girl that everybody loved. And then the police started moving in on the Stalker and I knew I had to act quickly, so I did the only thing I could. I dug up Zoe's bag and started looking for a fall guy.
Mark.
Mm-hmm. That's when the real fun began.